When looking up the best password manager apps, 4 names always pop up, but you don't need 4 password managers, you need one that suits you the most. That's why in this Bitwarden versus NordPass versus 1Password versus LastPass comparison, I'm gonna break down all the unique elements of each provider and help you find the best pick for you. To have the top password managers compared, the best place to start is security. The first requirement is encryption. All password managers have this, and each is extremely secure. Plus, every version is end-to-end encrypted, meaning at no point in transit is your data exposed to third parties. However, NordPass's version, XChaCha 20, is just faster. It's newer and performs better on mobiles and browsers. All 4 providers also maintain a zero-knowledge architecture by not having any access to user data or accounts, and independent audits have confirmed that for each provider. There's also an emergency access feature of some sort for each password manager. So far, everything is very similar, although differences arise when we talk about unique security layers. Like 1Password is special here since it combines a secret key with a master password to ensure that only you can log in to your account, while others use a single security key by default. Comparing 1Password versus Bitwarden, the latter has an emphasis on transparency thanks to its fully open source apps. Transparency is vital when it comes to breaches as well, but most of the providers here have no prior breaches or leaks at all, except for LastPass. You might remember all the controversy surrounding it back in 2022. A long time has passed since then, so I am reevaluating if anything has changed. And if you do want to give one of these providers a try, check the description. That's where I've left links with the best password manager discounts. Just click one of them and you'll get the best deal. All right, going back to the differences. There's a lot to say when it comes to the UI and design of password manager apps. That's because the only similarity here is that these providers have apps for all major OS and extensions for browsers. But how those look and feel, that's completely different. NordPass, for one, has a very clean, beginner-friendly design with a somewhat minimalistic UI. It's easy to get used to and offers clear explanations for features. Getting to the Bitwarden versus NordPass comparison, the former has a pretty sleek design as well. That said, I did find it less straightforward than NordPass. It can be a bit complicated for beginners. On the plus side, though, Bitwarden has the broadest browser support, covering even obscure browsers like Tor or Vivaldi. Going one step further to a NordPass versus Bitwarden versus 1Password comparison, we get to the real premium level. 1Password has a really polished feel. It might be a bit less beginner-friendly, but it makes up for it with an emphasis on experienced users, offering plenty of customization options and advanced settings for family plans. As for LastPass, I can't look at this UI without slight bias. It just looks messy and outdated at this point. It just hasn't had any UX improvement in years, and it shows. Still, if you're looking for a beginner-friendly password manager with a polished and minimalistic UI, NordPass fits the bill, while more experienced users chasing versatility should give 1Password a try. All right, moving on with this 4 password manager comparison, time for essential features. All right, let's start with something all providers offer: autofill. The concept is easy. Install the extension, try to log on to one of your accounts, and have all the forms filled automatically. Granted, the feature doesn't work exactly the same. Comparing 1Password versus NordPass, the former is more customizable, while the latter has the fastest form filling. The same can be said about password generation. While you get a strong, unique password in one click with either provider, 1Password is the only one that has the most versatility and lets me craft the most memorable passphrases. Not to say that the other 3 are bad, but 1Password is just built differently. Significantly fewer differences arise with cross-device sync, as well as storage options for info other than passwords, credit cards, personal info, notes, and files. It's practically the same thing with a slightly different flavor. But if you want to use passkeys, the new passwordless login method, it's 1Password's reign once more. This was the first password manager to fully embrace passkeys, and it even keeps a passkeys directory, helping you figure out which of your accounts can switch to passkeys. Of course, Bitwarden, NordPass, and LastPass also support passkeys, but at this point, it's more like catching up. So, if you want the best performance from the most essential password manager features, I do think 1Password provides that experience, with NordPass coming as a close second. But essential features are not the only ones that you should care about. There are also so-called extras that often shape your experience. For instance, password health and breach monitoring. These features exist to ensure your passwords are not outdated, weak, or have been found in a data breach somewhere on the dark web. All 4 providers offer some version of these features. NordPass has password health and data breach scanner, 1Password, the Watchtower with great insights and analytics, Bitwarden, the Vault Health Reports, which is a bit less polished than alternatives, and LastPass's security dashboard is the most dated option with less advanced insights. All right, moving on, we get more unique features per provider. Bitwarden, for one, allows self-hosting, letting me run my own server for maximum privacy and control. 1Password offers travel mode, letting me hide specific passwords or vaults while I'm abroad. So even if I lose my device, no sensitive data can be accessed from the password manager. There's also a difference in how family features work for each provider, with 1Password offering the most flexible family management, password sharing, and complete control over which data gets shared. As you might have noticed, 1Password offers the most additional features, making it the most versatile pick. All right, now that we know everything each password manager offers, time to see if they are worth the price. Check this out. These are the prices we're dealing with, and you can see right away that some password managers are more affordable than the others. NordPass is easily the cheapest here, with Bitwarden and LastPass a bit ahead, and then 1Password is the priciest, which makes sense considering how many features it includes. Overall, NordPass is clearly the best price to value option, but for optimal versatility, 1Password is a better option, especially if you take a look at the specials deal. Just click the link in the description to get the best discount. All right, to summarize this Best Password Manager 2026 comparison, what should you pick? Well, NordPass will fit most users. If you need an affordable password manager fit for beginners with plenty of flexible features and sleek modern UI, yeah, that's the pick for you. 1Password, it is better for people valuing customization, flexibility, and the most robust security. Bitwarden is good for people trying out self-hosting with open source apps and low cost. It's perfect for users valuing control of their apps. And comparing LastPass versus 1Pass and all the other providers, yeah, it left me frankly disappointed. I was willing to give it a second chance after the old controversies, but even with that, it's just not good enough to recommend. Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments, and while you're there, consider leaving a like and a subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you made your choice, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.